All right, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Happy Friday, July. Wow, the last day of July. Oh, I love that. Love that. Getting out of the really hot months, and pretty soon we'll be talking about the Burr months: September, October, November, December. Right around the corner. Can finally start talking fall weather here. Not that I don't like summer. I do like summer. I do like going to the beach. I do like going to the pool. But there's just something about fall. Fall just is. I just love fall. It's by far my favorite. Well, fall and winter. We start getting into that time of year, and it's just beautiful in this part of the country. There wasn't much of a fall when I lived in Florida. There was not much of a fall. Okay, fall was occasionally you'd have a palm leaf turn brown and it would fall. That's pretty much all it was. Who do we got in the house today? You're going to see me look this way a little bit. Okay, this way. I am going to, in order for you guys to read what I have on my hats properly, I have to use a different platform. So this is my new sponsor. We're proud to work with them. Levin Machining. All right. They are Levin Machine and Truck Equipment out there in Fleetwood, Berks County. Wonderful people. They're celebrating. It's a family-owned, third-generation family-owned company, and they're celebrating their 90th anniversary this year. So good for them. And remember, we were talking, if you tuned in yesterday at 7:30, we were talking a little bit about how they have commercial vehicle upfitting, which includes snow plows, which grabbed my attention. So what I'm going to be doing, my eyes will go this way because I'm going to read the comments. I have another computer set up this way, and I'm going to read the comments. Let me go through a couple of them right now. We've got Nancy in the house. Good morning from Phoenixville. Mary Lou says, good morning, Chris. Newark, Delaware in the house. How are you, my friend? Good morning, Sandy. Where are you checking in from? Happy Friday, says Kristen. Kristen, give me a shout. Let me know where you're checking in from. Vivian, good morning. Chris Sowers and family. We've got Norma Davis in the house. We have Vivian in the house. We have Bernadette and Erica in the house. Val's in the house. Patty's in the house. Holly's in the house. Welcome to your new sponsor, Chris Sowers. Thank you, Vivian. Mary says, good morning, Chris. Beautiful morning by the Bayside. Where are you, Mary? Bayside, Ocean City, Summers Point. It's another good Bayside. I'm trying to think. Well, even the back bays of Avalon and Sea Isle are pretty nice when you're taking the boat out, right? I'm sure you guys have done that before. Really, really nice stuff. Going to be a great week. Oh, my gosh. Great weekend. Great weekend if you're heading down to the Jersey Shore. Head on down there and support your local communities. There's not too much time left, right, if you think about it. I mean, geez. Tomorrow is August 1st. So you've pretty much got 1 month. Although Labor Day is late this year, isn't it? When is Labor Day? It's Labor Day's it's very, very late this year. So I guess technically you got 5 weeks left. But still, that's not a lot of time. We're quickly running out of time. Mary from North Cape Bay in the house. How are you? Ocean City here. Fran, how are you? Media in the house. Holly's checking in. Percy is in the house. Kristen is checking in. It's, you know what it is? It's nice out here. Temperatures are in the 60s. I can hear the birds chirping. I was watching the squirrels and the, what the heck are those big fat things called? Groundhogs running by behind me earlier. I didn't see any deer, but it is a really nice morning. Sun's coming up over my shoulder. Really nice morning. It is a little clammy though. You know, it's not crisp and cool. We're not at that stage. But, you know, again, give it another month and we will be consistently. Barbara says, good morning, Nazareth in the house. Boyertown is in the house. Mary, how you doing? Good morning, Chris from Estelle Manor. That's Renee McGarry checking in. Hello there. Sandy, morning, TGIF. Pat says, Marlton checking in. Have a great weekend. You do the same, my friend. What do you guys got planned? Furlong here. Lisa, how are you? Good morning from Warminster, PA. What will it be like in Baltimore this weekend? Heading down to watch the Phillies. All right, Sunday's going to be an iffy day down there. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they get that game in Sunday without a delay. I think they'll get it in, but there's probably going to be delays. All right, and as a matter of fact, we're going to get into this in a second. It's that system, that's that same system that's going to be lifting north, all right, during the course of the evening and probably moving to our neck of the woods between 6 and 8, somewhere in that ballpark. So getting really, really late in the day is when I would expect to see some of those showers and thunderstorms. This time around, southwest and northeast. That would be the direction in which they're moving. So, for example, Cecil, Queen Anne's County, Lancaster County, from that direction up to New York City. All right, southwest to northeast. So when you say 6 to 8, okay, obviously 6 o'clock would be Cecil County, Queen Anne County, Lancaster County. 8 would be New York. You get what I mean? That's how it's kind of moving. All right, so what you got here, what I posted in front of you, this is the RRFS, the Rapid Refresh. By the way, I'm a one-man band today. Lori's got to go to work, and Paige is glued to the TV watching Super Kitties. And she's got a new one, too. So she's already got them all lined up. It's Super Kitties today, Danny Go. What else are we watching? Super Kitties, Danny Go, Paw Patrol. And there's a new show she likes now. There's 3 cartoon characters. It's a superhero show. We've got 4, count them, 4 cartoons that I've got to watch today. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's going to be. I told her, I said, Paige, look, why don't we do this? I mean, because Lori's working all doggone day today. Why don't we just go down? We'll drive down to, like, the shore, all right? And we'll get our chairs, and we'll sit on the beach, and we'll collect seashells. I said, why don't we go do that? Well, I want to watch Danny go, and I want Gabby to come over. And, and then I said, well, how about we go swimming? Well, I kind of want to watch my shows. I'm just like, all right, whatever you want to do today. Lori is off tomorrow. Maybe we head down tomorrow if we don't make it down there today. We got Royersford, PA in the house. Have a great weekend. That's Lauren checking in. Hi, Lauren. Greetings from Newtown Square, PA. Barbara, how are you? All right, so anyway, what you're looking at in front of you, this is the RRFS, the Rapid Refresh Forecast System. It's a part of the CAMS data. It's very high resolution, 3 kilometer. I mean, it gets right down to the nitty gritty. It's not a global model. There's a lot of data points here. So these are the models that you want to use when you're talking short-term forecasting, maybe 24 to 48 hours. All right, you go farther out, 3, 4, 5 days, and that's when you switch over to the global models. What you're looking at here is the composite reflectivity plus total cloud cover. So that white, all right, that white is cloud cover. Now, it could be high, thin clouds. It could be some thicker overcast, but overall, that's cloud cover. And this is starting right around 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. And I think what you're going to see here, there's 7, there's 8. Notice that cloud line kind of inching from west to east, inching closer and closer to the city. Probably over the city by 9, all right? And at the Jersey Shore by 10. So it's kind of a dirty-looking sky tomorrow, almost like, maybe not completely like this. We got a stratiform deck over us right now. I think this is going to be a little higher, the cloud cover. So the sun probably still, for example, if you're down at the Jersey Shore, the sun's going to beat right through this. So make sure, listen, don't be fooled, okay? You can get a nasty sunburn when you got cloud cover upstairs, okay? Especially if it's a high, thin cloud cover, because the sun's rays, maybe not all of the sun's rays, but a lot of them will get through, all right? And if you're unprotected, and if you got that fair skin like me, you will get a burn quick. Matter of fact, I could argue that it's situations like this where you tend to get a worse sunburn because a lot of people will see the clouds. And even though the sun's still shining through, you know, the sun doesn't feel, the rays of the sun don't feel as hot on you as they would if there weren't any clouds. And so you don't put sunscreen on. And then you get fried. All right, Gene says, good morning, Chris. Hope you have a great weekend. Gene from Swedesboro. Beautiful, beautiful part of New Jersey out there in Swedesboro. I really hope they do not build that up. I know they're building it up by Kingsway Regional, which is a little bit farther to the north. I'm hoping they stop building. All of our beautiful land is disappearing, and it's turning into houses, and it's turning into shops. My gosh, if you go down, 322 is one of them, and then it's Route 40. They're doing nothing but building these huge, huge companies. And these buildings aren't just like, you know, the size of maybe 3 or 4 houses. These buildings are like blocks and blocks and blocks long. They're huge. And so I remember when I was young, I used to bartend. I think you guys remember this story. I used to bartend at a place called the Big Kahuna down in Wilmington, Delaware. I don't even know if it's still there anymore. I know they built up the riverfront there in Wilmington. It looks really nice, but I don't know if the Big Kahuna is still there. But anyway, I used to bartend and bar back there. And so, you know, that was a long time ago, late 90s. And there was nothing out that way. We used to have to go down and take 40 to cross over the Delaware Memorial Bridge. And I remember it was always such a beautiful drive. There was nothing but picket fences and cows and farms and, barns and trees. And it's just beautiful. And now, all of a sudden, once you get into Woodstown and you hook a right and you start going, you get closer and closer to the bridge, past Cowtown, and it's all buildings. It's all these huge industrial buildings. And it's just, I get it. I mean, they need somewhere to go, but it's just really, really sad to see. They call it progress. All right, anyway, let's get back to this. Here's a look at the clouds. All right, it's 11 o'clock in the morning. There's midday. There's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is Saturday, by the way. So Saturday, in large part, is a sun and clouds type day. All right here is 8 o'clock in the evening. You saw a couple of little specks of green there. I don't know if I'm buying that. I think tomorrow's a dry day overall, and it's just going to be a really, really nice day with highs in the upper 80s. Philadelphia, maybe 87 to 89. Actually, probably closer to 89 now that I think about it. But I will say this. If this cloud cover is a little more persistent, right, and maybe a little bit thicker, then maybe you are around 87. But anyway, here's a look at the overall sky conditions tomorrow. It's sunshine mixed with clouds. Clouds may dominate at times. Sunshine may peek out at other times. Okay, it's one of those days. I think you're dry. Now, let's fast forward into Sunday. She asked about the Baltimore Phillies game, which, by the way, did you see this? I don't know if you guys saw this. Moving forward, all right, from today on, the Phillies only play 2 teams, 2, with a winning record. That's it. The Washington Nationals and the Miami Marlins. And those 2 teams, it's not like they're the Dodgers, right? It's not like they're the Braves. Those 2 teams are highly questionable at times anyway. Those are the only 2 remaining teams on the schedule that currently have a winning record. They do play the St. Louis Cardinals, but the St. Louis Cardinals are a 500 team right now. They're not above 500. So that would suggest to me that we should make a nice run here during the month of August. Maybe we can string along. Maybe this can be a 20-win plus month. That would be nice. Anyway, here's 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Everybody's in good shape now. The overcast at this point is getting a little thicker. Okay, it's a little deeper. So the skies are going to look a little duller here on Sunday. There's 11 o'clock in the morning. Notice the line out there to the west. Okay, downpours and some thunderstorms. By the way, that is where the severe threat exists on Sunday. Remember, if you tuned in yesterday, the upper level, what we call it, the low-level jet, all right? It's the winds blowing at about 5,500 feet up. That is how you get your big straight-line winds, okay? When you've got that ribbon of air blowing pretty good. To give you an idea, we talk about this all the time. Take the Liberty One skyscraper in Center City and stack it on top of each other 5 times. That's the height of the atmosphere that we're talking about right now, okay? So at that level, 5,500 feet, a mile up, we have winds blowing 50 to 60 knots out there. But over us, there's nothing at all. So that's why the severe threat is so low here, and it's a little more, it's a little stronger of a threat out there, okay? So here is... What? Mom's leaving? Hold on, I'll be right back, guys.
She can go back in the car.
Okay. All right, and so what are you gonna do? Do you want to say hi to everybody real quick? Before you walk her out? Come here. Come here.
Bye.
Right.
No, but Mommy
Okay.
has to go.
Okay, go ahead. Well, that was quick, wasn't it? That was the appearance of Paigey. So, Lori's been working these shifts. This has been one of those weeks where she's got to be in work at 8. So Paigey walks her out, says bye, and then walks back in, and then she'll come out here. Although Danny Go is on, so maybe she's going to sit in there and watch that instead. But there was the Paigey Poo appearance. So anyway, here's the storms out here to the west. What is that? That's 3. That's 4. You know what? What time is that game? Because according to this, anybody in the comments section, let me know. What time is the game? What time is the Phillies game? It's probably, I'm thinking about it, it's probably a 1 o'clock start. Phillies, Baltimore, Sunday game. Time. Here's their schedule. I'm looking at, bear with me real quick. I'm looking their schedule up right now. So Sunday, all right. Nothing's, hold on. It's just, this computer that I have here is on its last leg, the one that I'm using. Come on. All right, hold on. Let's go to August. August. Oh, it's a 7:05. Oh, it's the night game. Okay, that changes things up a little bit. All right, so let's go back here. All right, so that's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5 o'clock, we've got some showers and thunderstorms around. There's 6. There's 7. All right, now, according to this, at 7 o'clock, it's just cloudy in Baltimore. 8 o'clock, it's Monsoon City. 9, thunderstorms and downpours. 10, still pouring. Notice everything lifting to the north. I got to let Murphy out. Hold on one second. Well, I'll tell you what. And you know what? I was going to say if they can push the game up, but they can't because it's nationally televised. So it's got to start at 7:05. So here's what I would say. If this is correct, now keep in mind, this will change. It always does. I mean, Sunday's still what? We're talking more than 48 hours away here. So this is likely going to change. But assuming for a second what you see in front of you is correct, they're not going to play this game. So, man, that stinks. I love the nationally televised games. So that's 7 o'clock in the evening. I just rewinded it. 7 o'clock in the evening, which, by the way, it's still dry across a large part of the Philadelphia area, right? Just a couple showers in Newcastle County. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, it's raining in Baltimore. 9, it's Monsoon City. 10, pouring. You know what? What will probably happen is you're probably going to have like a minimum of an hour delay. That's what I would think. You're probably going to have an hour delay here. All right, but notice the weather pushing through the Philadelphia area. By the way, do we have any more? No. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I was looking at Saturday. You're right. Holy smokes. The game's fine. Why do we do this? Why do we start the calendar with Sunday? That jacked me all up. The calendar should start Monday, darn it. That messed me all up. You're right. Saturday is a 7:05 start. Sunday is the 1:35 start. Let's rewind this again. Thank you for bearing with me. You do realize I just woke up. It's 7:30, so. All right, that's 11 o'clock in the morning. There's 12. There's 1. Game time. 2, 3. We're fine. Game's perfect. All right. Sorry about that. Thank you for correcting me. It's been a long week. Listen, I got to tell you guys, and I'm really getting a nice taste of it this week. All week, it has been me and Paigey all day, every day. No break. In between, I'm trying to do my Sowers Skywatch platform stuff, get all that done too. I mean, when I tell you there's been no break, I had to have Lori's sister Wendy Flamma, thank you for coming over here yesterday. I really appreciate it. She had to come over here yesterday because I had phone calls that I needed to make, business calls, and things that I needed to update. So she came over here for 2 hours and allowed me to get some stuff done. So Lori and I need to take her and her husband Dan out to dinner for that one. So, man, yes, 1:35 start time on Sunday. And then as we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's the series against the Nationals. 6:40, they're all 6:40 start times. Oh, it's a 4-game set against the Nationals. That'll be interesting. Then it's the Blue Jays. Then it's the Cardinals. Then it's the Minnesota Twins. Then it's the Marlins. Then it's the Cardinals again. Then it's the Seattle Mariners, who stink this year. I don't know whatever happened to them. Then it's the Angels. Then it's the Diamondbacks. And that rounds out the month. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 28 games this month. That's a ton. So here's what I expect. Out of the 28 games, I expect the Phillies this month to go 27-1. Anything less is a disgrace. No, but I would like to see them. I would like to see them get at least 20 wins this month. They've got a very, very, very easy schedule. So, hopefully they can get the bats going again. All right, here's a look at the high temperatures for today. Upper 80s, mid to upper 80s, I-95 corridor. Jersey Shore, if you notice the colors right there closest to the water, notice how they're kind of like a, I guess it's a deeper orange, burnt sienna color. You guys remember that one in the Crayola crayon box, burnt sienna? Which is funny. I don't ever really see that color unless you've got Crayola crayons. So, anyway, the beaches are cooler on Friday, okay? The beaches are cooler on Saturday, and the beaches are cooler on Sunday. Let's go back to Saturday. High, thin clouds, okay? High, thin clouds mixed with sun, and you've got high temperatures, upper 80s to darn near 90 degrees in Philadelphia, all right? It's going to be warm. And then we have probably more like 81, 82, 83 right there on the sand, okay? So that's Saturday. Sunday. Same general idea. Now, remember, the overcast is a little deeper, a little thicker. So because of that, we might not get quite as warm. So let's just say we hit 89 or 90 tomorrow. Maybe we only hit 87 or 88, on Sunday. So just a couple degrees cooler. But the beaches maintain that low 80s temperature. Okay, so 80 to 82 on the beaches. Speaking of the beaches, watch this sea breeze kick in. Oh, there it is. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Boom. Look at that come in. Woo. That's a nice sea breeze Saturday. You're looking at winds southeasterly right on the beach, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Look, you don't want anything stronger than that. I could argue 10 to 15 is probably the perfect sea breeze because you start getting winds stronger than that and you're picking up the sand, right? And then it blows the sand everywhere. You don't want that. So that's the range you want. You want a nice sea breeze. You want 10 to 15 miles per hour. Also, you got to remember, too, a lot of people with their tents and everything and their umbrellas, you start getting winds too much stronger than 10 miles per hour, and sometimes you can't even put the umbrellas up. So, 10 to 15 is perfect. That's where you want to be. Now, let's go over to Sunday afternoon right here. Wow, notice that wind on the Delaware Bay. If you're going to head down to the Delaware Bay and do some fishing, got some pretty good winds blowing there. They're roughly, what's that range? Wow, on the Delaware Bay, it's 25 mile per hour wind speeds. What about the gusts? The gusts are closer to 30. All right, so Sunday's going to be breezy everywhere. Right on the water, you're going to see gusts. Let's go back to the gusts. Yeah, for the beaches, you're probably looking at winds, let's go 15 to 25. And for the Delaware Bay, it's more like 20 to 30. So Sunday's a breezy day, all areas. Okay, Saturday, it's a gentle, perfect 10 to 15 mile per hour sea breeze. Sunday might be one of those days where you can't put the umbrella up. But then again, remember, it's mostly cloudy anyway, so you might not need the umbrella. All right, let's do full cam. Whoa! Extreme close up there. Got to shave. All right, guys. So that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Boy, I really do. I'm getting... There's my newest sponsor. Please, please, please check them out. Levin Machine and Truck Equipment. Their 90th anniversary this year. They do good things out there in Fleetwood. Check them out. All right. I ask that everybody at least go to their website. You know, support the businesses that support the coverage that I try to bring you guys. I try my best. And we got some good things coming. Rob and I and Amy over the next couple of months. I'm really, this is going to sound funny, but I'm kind of hoping we get a hurricane. Not necessarily something Category 4, Category 5, none of that stuff. But, I'm kind of hoping we get some kind of tropical system to bring beneficial rains to the south, right? Nothing crazy. Because we got a lot of cool things that we can show you tropics-wise. And then, of course, that'll take us into nor'easter season as we get into late fall, and, of course, snowstorm season as we get into the winter. And we just got so many really neat things that I'm holding back. I can't show yet because, the weather just doesn't, you're not going to show these things unless you got weather to show it, right? And so if we don't, we just have severe thunderstorms all the time. That seems to be what's been going on. So... all right, you guys listen. Have a great weekend, everybody, and just enjoy yourselves. Not too many of these weekends left, right? And summer will be over. Take care, everyone. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Actually, no, it is Friday evening. Yeah, I won't be on the dungeon this evening. So take care, everybody. I'll be back along tomorrow.